Good afternoon. My name is Dana Cooley. I am going to be giving a presentation on business communication. I am in a business writing course this summer, A session with Nancy Rossiter as my professor. And we're going to talk about the foundations of business communication, how you build a rapport with your customers and your prospects, and which enables you to communicate openly and build trust with your team members. The communication model is communication need, sender interprets the communication, the context, identifies and analyzes the audience, determines objectives, and chooses the medium they're going to use. And then you create the message. Then the message then goes to your audience, who interprets the message, provides feedback, and becomes the sender of a new message, which then becomes the whole circle of business communication. You have here the components of communication: the need for communication, the sender of communication, the message of communication, the audience for the communication, and the response to the communication. The directions of communication is formal communication, downward communication, cascading information, upward communication, lateral and horizontal, and informal communication. Formal communication is going to be coming from the upper management down to the lower levels of management and employees. Downward communication is going to come from your management to your employees. Cascading communication is going to be that goes between your employees, the co-workers, your peers, and that they deal with. Upward communication is going to come from your employees up to the management, where they may have some other things they need to discuss with you. Lateral and horizontal is the flow of information among your co-workers. Informal communication is the grapevine. We know how the grapevine can become a destruction or devastating to a company, and that goes too far. So you want to handle this as quickly as possible and make sure that the information is correct and help the employees understand the message. You got your business communication barriers, which are language barriers, cultural barriers, physical barriers, emotional barriers, perceptual barriers, technological barriers, and organizational barriers. This is something that is predominant in all business of the types of communication barriers you will have. You also have the communication media choices: traditional, which is both written and oral communication; technological based communication media, which is examples: email, phone, voicemail, text, instant messaging, social media of all types, and networking. The legal consequences of communication are that you need to provide confidentiality, follow all copyrights, fair use, and financial disclosure laws, defamation, and slander. These could all lead to termination and or criminal or civil litigation, and we all want to avoid this at all costs. Ethics in communication. There are 3 types of ethics that are to be considered: professional, workplace policies, procedures, what is right and what is wrong. Then you have social and societal norms, gifts from vendors, which is not acceptable in North America, but may be accepted in other countries. Then you have individual, which is defined as an individual family values, heritage, and personal experience. In conclusion, communication can affect both professional and personal relationships. The presentation, delivery, and standards set behind the communication must be looked at individually to gain the best understanding of others and building trust and partnerships. I would like to thank you today and that for the time for this presentation. If you would like to respond to anything or have any questions, please feel free to make comments at the bottom, and I'll respond to your questions as soon as possible. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.